I absolutely love the Jordan 1 Low golf shoes. I love what they stand for, I love what they look like, I love how they fit. They're not particularly good for playing golf in, but does that really matter? They retail for £115 here in the UK or $140 in the US. And as always, I've included any affiliate codes and discounts that I've currently got down in the description below. The Jordan 1 Low golf shoe had massive hype in the lead up to its launch. And that's because, well, it's a big deal for a lot of people. Firstly, this is the icon. Now, I appreciate that the style isn't the original high basketball sneaker, but this is still an absolute classic in anyone's eyes. And apart from the Jordan ADG range, this is the first Jordan retro golf shoe that is spikeless. So the beauty of this shoe is that you can wear it on and off the golf course. And believe me, I've worn this a lot off the golf course. To be honest, this become pretty much my everyday trainer, and no one ever recognised that these were designed for the golf course. And it's not a problem wearing these off the golf course because the outsole design isn't particularly aggressive. So I wouldn't necessarily be wanting to wear these in wet conditions here in the UK, or if I really wanted to care about my performance out on the golf course, because they're just not going to give me the amount of grip that I need. That being said, I've worn these for casual rounds of golf, and I didn't really have any problems with them on the course in terms of the amount of grip that I got. I've even seen professional golfers wearing the Jordan 1 Low, so they didn't seem too bothered about the lack of traction that they're getting from the 1 Lows. But that being said, they are professional golfers. Their swings and their balance and their foot positioning is pretty much A1 perfect, which means that they can probably play golf pretty much in anything they want. For regular run-of-the-mill golfers like you and me, where we don't have particularly good balance and we're not really transferring the weight in our swing in a very efficient way, that can result in actually needing more traction. But let's be honest, you're not really wearing this golf shoe for performance. It launched in a black, a white, and this wolf grey colorway. Personally, this was my favorite of the three at launch. And since then, there's been other color drops as well, including the classic red, the UNC blue, and very recently, even the shattered backboards colorway, which is a massive fan favorite. And I think this is a great summer casual golf shoe. Now, I didn't have a huge problem with my feet getting too hot because it is quite a wide fit, so there's plenty of room. I found that you're best to go true to size with these shoes. And because the insole is pretty slick on the inside, there's not much traction on your sock, I did feel that my foot kind of slipped around in this golf shoe, especially during my golf swing. Now, if that bothers you, you might want to consider putting specific insoles in these shoes. Actually, I think that's definitely something I want to do with these going forwards, because although you do get an awful light insole in here, it is really quite thin. You're not getting a huge amount of padding from that. It does feel a little bit squishy initially, but I've got a feeling that's going to wear through quite quickly if you're putting a lot of miles in these shoes. And to be honest, I can only think that the professional golfers who are wearing this on the PGA Tour have got their own specialist tailored insoles. You get a very flat feeling with this shoe. There's not much arch support in this whatsoever, really. And although that does mean that you get a very connected feeling to the ground with these shoes, they're not massively comfortable when you're out walking 18 holes. I didn't have any blisters or anything like that. And there's enough padding and cushioning around the heel and ankle, and there's enough give in it to mean that I didn't really have any problems in those areas. But after walking 18 holes, your feet are going to probably be asking you to put something a little bit more comfortable on. The shoes don't necessarily have the most amount of support either. You can see here that actually that outsole is quite squishy on the sides. And again, the leather does break in quite quickly, and it does result in a lot of creasing on this toe box area. And the same on the sides, there's not really a huge amount of support going on, which really, if you want high performance golf shoes, is what you need to keep you locked in your shoes. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again, you're not really buying these as high performance golf shoes. You're buying them because they look awesome and allows you to express your inner sneakerhead out on the golf course, or down the driving range, or even just out and about on the street. It doesn't even matter. You really don't have to wear these just on the golf course. If you do get caught in the rain, then actually these are gonna do an okay job of keeping your feet pretty dry. I did my full waterproof test on these shoes, and I poured 300 milliliters of water over the toe box as well as the laces area. And I've got to say that no water got through any of these holes here on the toe. However, if you are going to go looking for your ball in some thick, wet rough, then some water could get through the tongue here because that area isn't waterproof. The tongue is actually quite thin, doesn't have a particularly huge amount of padding on it. The quality of the upper seems pretty good. I haven't had any issues with any of the stitching coming loose or anything like that from the extra wear and tear that you're gonna give these shoes out on the golf course. Now, of course, the ice sole on these Wolf Greys didn't stay ice for very long. You can see that there's a lot of greening going on and a bit of color deterioration, but that's gonna happen. To be honest, I want these to have the worn-in look. I think that's the whole point of these, is to give them character. If I take my personal preference and feelings out of the review of this shoe, then I can't really say that it's a particularly good golf shoe. It doesn't give you a lot of stability, the traction isn't particularly good, and it's not really soft underfoot, giving you a lot of comfort walking 18 holes. It's comfortable enough to wear out on the course and it didn't give me any blisters, but there are far softer feeling golf shoes that give you a lot more stability, traction, and locked in feeling compared to the Jordan 1s. But with all that said, I still love these golf shoes because they're Jordan 1 low golf shoes and I get to wear them on and off the course. And at £115, I'd be surprised if this is my last pair. Why not check out my closer look video at the Jordan 12 spiked golf shoes?